Hey, what is going on again? We are back to do it for you on YouTube. So, man, you know, a lot of people that know me actually don't know this about me. But I've been meditating for, I'd say from 11 to 12 years. And, you know, to some people, that's like, whoa, that's a super long time. And they think they can never do it. Well, I want to give you some tips and some mindsets that you can take to make it easy on yourself, because that's how it was for me. So the first time I ever meditated was at this church I used to work at. What's funny is it was a Catholic church, and I learned how to meditate in the little basement of the church where I used to go to take my breaks, or where I used to just come before going to work just to relax and hang out. You know, there was like a bed there was a couch, there was a TV there, and this was like my little office before I started working at the church. I used to do maintenance there, and this was back when I was like from like 14 to like 18 years old. I was, you know, working at that church. So what happened was, you know, one day, somehow, some way, I got into it, and I was just killing time down there, and I went on YouTube and I saw a video of how to meditate, and the video pretty much explained that, you know, you needed to concentrate on your breath, seeing your breath go outwards and inwards. So like I imagined like a blue air going out and going in, and then like the video said little by little, you know, your breath is going to get smaller and smaller, and then your mindset is going to get clear, and then boom, you're like in that meditative state where everything is just nice and blissful and calm and relaxing and all that good stuff. So you know, as soon as I started with the process, I actually immediately astral projected into just another realm. Now, for people that don't know what that is, astral projecting is like going into like a dream, like a lucid dream that is very vivid, and you can somewhat control it. Sometimes you can't control when you're in there, but nonetheless, it's just a really cool journey. Well, that's what it is to me. Some people say they see, they can talk to people in different countries and different parts of the earth. For me, it's just another cool place I go to just to kill some time and just enjoy life. So my first trip, I actually was just sitting down on this chair, meditating, and then like out of nowhere, like just within a second, I'm just gliding over these valleys, you know, like these green valleys, and it looks like just mountains of greenery stuff, but I'm like floating over it like a roller coaster. So I'm going up and down, side to side, and it just felt so real, and I can literally hear the wind in my ears. Like I had to be going like at least like, you know, like 40 miles per hour, just gliding through and out and stuff like that. And I did that for a while until I woke up, and I was just like, holy fucking shit, like that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then after that experience, I was just hooked, like completely hooked. I just always wanted to go and meditate, and I meditated for my first 1 or 2 years, like consistently every day, after school, before going to bed. And it was just to get into those realms. I know a lot of people these days, they meditate just to clear their minds, just to feel better, just to get their chakras aligned. But that's not why I meditate, all right? Like that stuff's all cool. And I gotta admit, you do feel a lot better after you meditate. Everything's just more clear. You know, there's studies that Olympic meditators actually can actually just are happier because like their brainwave or something is just at another level. So, you know, I believe that does happen. Honestly, I'm very happy in my life, and you know, bouncing back, it's just kind of easy for me, you know, from a setback. Don't get me wrong though, I do have my bad days, and you know, things do go sour for me all the time, but for the most part, I'm a pretty upbeat guy. So what happened So what happened after that, I just kept meditating just to get into those other realms, and it just kept getting cooler and cooler. I would even spend some days meditating the entire day, like the full 24 hours. I would just get up to use the bathroom, get some snacks, and then just go back in it. And that's what really led me to just continuing the hobby. And what I also liked about it was that, and so basically another way that I actually, do it differently than everybody else, and I kind of make it easier, is that I don't care if I'm sitting upright, I don't care if I'm laying down in bed, if I'm in bed and then I go to sleep. I don't have like a set schedule or a time that I have to do it, so I'm not beating myself up if I don't do it. Like, I've done it for like 12 or 11 years consistently, but I think the most I've gone without doing it was like a month, and that doesn't even matter. Like, who cares? So here's another tip. The little sweet spot that I found for astral projecting into these realms is anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Like, once you like devote your time to really stick there and really just go through all the motions of what's going on in your mind, and just find ways to just keep concentrating on your breath. Or another way that I like to do it is just listening to music. I love listening to meditation music, and just following that and getting lost in the moment with that. You'll find that eventually you're just going to get into that zone where you're just going to be meditating, and the thoughts are just out of nowhere just go blank, and then but it being bada bang, you're in a new place saying hello to who knows who. Many great experiences I've had going through that meditative state, and it's like lucid dreaming. So for anybody that's ever woken up in lucid dreaming and while dreaming, the way that I would say would differ is well, for me, when I lucid dream, and then when I'm dreaming and I wake up in my dream, I have like a time limit to do whatever I want to do in that dream before I wake up. It's like your consciousness like just knows that you're awake, so it just starts distorting the dream, just like Inception, if you've ever seen that. Well, it sort of feels just like that. It was weird. I was actually lucid dreaming last night, and this is freaking weird as hell, but I was in my Mustang convertible driving through this valley. No idea why, but there were like these 30 feet giant gorillas that look like King Kong, just wreaking havoc in the streets, just smashing things, and I'm just riding around, just swerving them. And then out of nowhere, it's nighttime, I just park the car, and I get out the car and I go for a walk. I go for this nice little walk, and then about 30 feet down this like little valley, there's like a house, and at this house I see like this prehistoric bird dinosaur thing, and then for whatever reason I'm like, come here, and then like out of nowhere this thing just starts hauling ass at me. I'm like, fuck. So now I know I'm dreaming, and I'm like, shit, man. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit right now. And it's just this huge giant fucking prehistoric bird, man. It looked like a raptor but with feathers. And then this other one comes after me too, so I got two of them coming after me. And now these things aren't fast as hell. They just like run maybe like 3 miles per hour faster than me, and I got like a pretty good 40 feet distance from them. So like they're like slowly catching up, and then like by the time they're catching up, I'm like, fuck this is a dream, and I start fucking flying. So I fly to a tree, and I hang on that tree until these damn birds that can't fly go away, because I'm the one that can fly in this dream, because it's my dream. So then out of nowhere, they have this Mexican slave. I have no idea why. These birds have now slaves. They enslave humans, and whatever. This bird couldn't get me. Neither could its Mexican slave. And then next thing you know, they start going away. So as they start going away, I'm like, all right, so let me just get down the tree. It's time to just keep it moving. So they go away. I get down the tree, and as soon as I get down, they're like 60 feet away. They see me again, and I start hauling ass the other way. Now on the road, these cars were driving by for like 50 miles per hour. They were like, pickup trucks, and I was like, you know what, I can probably just kill myself because I don't want to deal with this shit right now. So I saw one pickup truck flying 50 miles per hour, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna jump right into the grill. And so I did. I jumped right into that grill, and I literally felt my whole body just burn. I'm like sizzling because I'm just died, but I just knew I was gonna come back to life. But then out of nowhere, like boom, I wake up again from the death that happened to me, and I'm still alive in the dream. And this one guy looks at me, and I don't know, I have like maybe like 3 or 4 guys like looking out for me, but I was like, these are the guys that set me up in this dream. Well, what happened was, I think before riding around in the convertible, something was happening, and I think those guys were in it, but I couldn't remember. The dream was also pretty interesting before that, but after that, I was like, I'm just gonna wake up. I just died. Like, might as well just wake up. So, I woke up in my dream. I woke up and I was like, wow, that was some gnarly shit. But yeah, so like these are like the cool things that get me going back to like meditating and astral projecting, is being able to just experience like these out of this world experiences. Now, other ways you can actually experience them as well is with psychedelics. Meditating on psychedelics is also like on another level. So meditating regularly, to get to astral projecting can take a little bit more time, because there's like levels that you have to go through. And I'll explain those right now, but when you do it on psychedelics, you sit there for like 10 something minutes, and boom. I mean, if you're just patient, if you can handle, meditating and just being still and just concentrating on the breathing or the music or whatever motion you're doing, you're gonna get there. And when you do it on psychedelics, I mean, you go somewhere really fucking far, and shit gets even weirder and even cooler. Like, you get like, these creatures trying to talk to you and all that good stuff. But anyways, if you're just gonna do it, regular meditating, which I think most people will, what's gonna happen eventually, before you go to these next realms, is that you're gonna experience sleep paralysis. And if you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, or if you know somebody that has, it's pretty freaking freaky. Like, you're just stuck there with your eyes open, and you can't move your body, and you start freaking out immediately, and you just start seeing like visions of other things. You start seeing shadows and stuff like that, and you can't move, so it's just freaky as hell. So then you start trying to move little by little, and then eventually you wake up like that. But what I would tell you, when you're in that moment of sleep paralysis and you're freaking out, do not wake up. Try to sleep through it. Just try to close your eyes. Forget about what's happening, because that's like the next level to astral projecting. And I've helped already 2 people out with that, and it was fun seeing them go through the motions and actually getting to the next levels. Another good way to start astral projecting, follow guided meditations. That's like the easiest and fastest way to just get back in the zone of what it really takes to get there. And that's what I usually do. Like, if I take a while off, I get into a sleep guided meditation, and then boom, I learn the flow, and then I don't use the videos anymore, or the music, or whatever guide that is, and then I can start doing it by myself again. The what's it called, the sleep paralysis is really scary, but I promise you get through that, you're gonna start seeing the coolest freaking things ever. Actually, the first time I experienced sleep paralysis was after my first time going to a Christian church voluntarily when I was like 11 years old. You know, I've been with my grandma and my mom, but like, you know, we stopped going for many years. And then out of nowhere, I was like, you know, let me try this out. And I went with one of my friends. And then that night, I slept in the living room, and next thing you know, sleep paralysis happened. We just moved into this house, so like there was like a TV on the floor, and like this TV on the floor just out of nowhere just became like staticky, and it looked like I was looking inside one of those Jigsaw movies inside of a dungeon, and then like this like pumpkin thing inside the TV just grows a friggin' body, and there's just this man in this brown suit, and he's tall, like 8 feet, 9 feet tall, and he just has a fiery head, and he's just walking towards outside the TV, and he's coming out the TV, and I'm in the thing like, no, help, mom. So the next thing you know, I wake up right before he like touches me, and I'm like, holy shit. Right? So then I asked the pastor, I'm like, what's going on, pastor? And the pastor's like, yeah, the demons or whatever they are, they know that you're crossing over to the next to enlightenment or whatever it is. And he was like, yeah, you just gotta keep coming to church and stuff like that. But I didn't keep coming to church and I did more learning, but I like the way that he explained that, though, because, you know, the way I think of it now, I think he sort of had a lot of sense, because as I started reading up on it and knowing that the next level is, before you astral project, is sleep paralysis, was that you have to, like, you know, face this demon that comes. So after the first time I astral projected in the basement of where I used to work, as I continued to try, I couldn't get there until I finally faced that demon. I don't know if it was a demon. I don't know what it was. But anyways, another night, I'm inside. I just meditated, and I'm on the bed, and I'm like I lay over to my side. I don't know why, but I don't know if I was envisioning this because I was meditating, but out of nowhere, this guy, again, 9 feet tall guy, this time a purple suit, couldn't see his head. He touches me right on my shoulder, and he goes, "Don't you want to see how you die?" And I'm just like, just leave me alone. And I just go back into whatever. I don't know if I was sleeping. I don't know if I was meditating, but after that, shit just went boom, and I'm just fucking going through different zones and different valleys. And there was a point where, like, was this the same one? Well, there was one astral projection where, like, I was just seeing all my memories that I've ever had in these little like portraits. And like, if you've ever played Mario, like, you go inside one of those N64 Mario, you go inside one of those portraits, and then you're in a in another land. And that's how it was. I was just touching these things, and boom, another experience. I didn't feel like they were my memory, but it felt like that. And then I went inside, and I'm just like in the new world, and that's how it worked. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think I gave you some good tips there, and go ahead, give it a try. If you have any questions, let me know. You know, that's what's kept me meditating. It's not the whole feeling good thing, which is great. It does clear my mind, but it's really all about going into these, you know, astral worlds. I'm super fascinated by them. They fascinate me every other day. You know, once I get somebody to finally cross over into that dimension, everybody's just like, oh my god. Like, you know, I've had people cry in some cases, people thank me, and yeah, just ask me any questions about that, and I'll try to help you out with that. So I think that wraps it up. Take care, guys. Keep doing the damn thing, and take care.